Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to my channel. Now today we're on a weekly forex journal for you guys where I share my trades and analysis for the week, so make sure you stay to the end of the video. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also leave a like on the video if you're feeling generous. And if you haven't already, check out my Instagram page, I'll leave the handle there, and also check out my Telegram channel, I'll leave a link to that in the description. Posting a lot of different trading setups there throughout the week, and you don't be missing out on that, so make sure you go check that out. Links will be in the description. But today is Thursday the 18th, and I'm currently in a long position on GBP CAD looking for a move into the 1.74600 level. So I'm going to explain to you now in the charts why I got in, where I'm looking to target, and also my analysis behind the move. So let's get into the charts. Okay guys, so welcome to the chart. So in front of me right now, I've got Euro USD here on the 4 hourly. I was in a long position last week, carrying that position onto this week from this big bullish candle here. Last week had a bit of retrace against me, nice push to the upside, near enough to that 1.2 area. I did lock in some profit after we got that rejection there. Price came back down, and I did say that if we get a close and price starts holding below this level, I will exit my position altogether, because again, really key level that price was respecting the resistance here, resistance again, support, and over the course of the start of the week, it was acting as really nice support. So price was respecting that level quite well, and if we've got underneath it and start holding as resistance, there was a likely chance we could push to the downside and go and actually take out this recent low here. So I was going to exit my position if that was to happen, and as you can see, that's exactly what happened for Euro USD. We did close below it, and then price started trading just underneath, holding as resistance. So exit that position, and you can see some fundamentals came in, price shot to the upside, and as you can see, which is today, Thursday, we've come all the way back down and retraced all of that news that came into the market. So right now for USD, not too sure as in direction. Again, I was very long biased for Euro USD, but now not so much, because right now we've got this consolidation here, and after we've had this big bearish leg to the downside, all of this could just be a bigger retracement for another push to the downside. So if you do take out this low here, could see a push to the downside, and those two highs up there could just be the formation of a double top here. So test the resistance once, second time, if you do break this support here, there's a good chance we'll probably see some new lows here for Euro USD. So I am aware of that, and not going to just jump in back into a position right now. I'm going to let some price action form, get a bit more clarity there, because there's a good chance we could fall back to the downside and go take out that previous low. But again, we still do have that weekly level in place, so it'll be interesting to see how this weekly candle closes. So again, this prior resistance on the weekly time frame is acting as support for us here around 1.19. As you can see, last week's candle closed bullish just above that weekly level, so it'd be interesting to see how this candle closes. Again, we still do have 1 day left to see what happens if we close bearish below it, or we pull back up and actually close bullish. So we'll factor that into my decision coming into the next trading week. But right now we're still holding that level, but on the 4 hourly, I'm not really convinced just yet with the price action we got going on. It looks like we could actually see another push to the downside. So not looking to get back involved Euro USD for the time being, but we'll be keeping an eye on it. Last week I said I was looking for a short for GPNZD, and as you can see, this pair has been very ranging here from highs to lows. We had a really nice resistance here at 1.94, which price was struggling to break through. We had this nice push to the downside, and then had that retrace. I was looking to get short from here, but as you can see, price kind of took off to the downside without me. And again, that was the fundamentals coming in, driving price to the downside, and we held that key level, which is 1.92500 of resistance, support. So really key level going through the market there for GPNZD. Failed to break it a couple of times there. As you see, we've actually gone and broke through this trend line now. So GPNZD is starting to look very bullish in my opinion here, and I actually do think we could see a continuation back up to 1.95 and potentially 1.96, because my original analysis for GPNZD was for price to continue to the upside, but then when we got to this area and I saw a lot of rejection, it was like price might reverse back to the downside. As you can see here, it looks like price is holding that level quite well, and now since it's breaking through that trend line, it looks like we could be getting a continuation back up to highs now. And I think if we do hold that trend line now as support, could be seeing price reaching 1.95 soon and potentially 1.96 as well. So bias is now actually to the upside for GPND. I think we can see that continuation. Again, not really looking to get involved just now. If you get a nice pullback, we'll look to get involved there. But it looks like GPND is on its way up. I did get into a ADJPY short position, however, looking for a move to the downside. We broke out this consolidation here. Looking for that move to the downside. You can see on the Friday time frame, nice close below, looking to catch the breakout and a nice swing to the downside. But as you can see, price came retested for me, was going in my direction, and then the news came in and just pushed the price to the upside, closing back above that consolidation box to the other side. So I just exited the position there because, again, there was a good chance that price was just going to continue to the upside after breaking out there, and since price is overall still in a bullish trend here. So nice push to the upside, but as you can see, since price came back down so sharply, it looks like that was just a false breakout. Again, if I draw a level here from the recent swing high in the market where price recently crashed to the downside from, you can see we broke past the high, creating some new highs, broke back below. So I think that could just be a false breakout now, and again, we might see price slowly climb its way back up, retest that as resistance, and then give us another swing to the downside. Then we actually might start to see a bearish ADJPY and maybe a bit of a counter trend move, and see price take a little bit of a breather because it's been so bullish over the past few months now for ADJPY, and soon enough it does need to take a breather. So that could be happening now with this false breakout. Maybe see price pull back a little bit, retest, and then fall to the downside for ADJPY maybe tomorrow or over the course of next week. But I was looking for that push to the upside. As you can see, price then went against me and has a bit of a false breakout. But I think as long as we stay underneath this, I do still hold that bias for ADJPY to the downside. I think we could be coming back all the way to these lows, all the way down here, which is where we had that big push to the downside from. So if I just made that a bit smaller, you can see nice push to the downside from. If we do hold this level, could see another swing back into that level here, and just continue a little bit of a range basically between that resistance and that support. So expect to see it move to the downside for ADJPY, but we do need to hold below that level there. And I'm also currently in a GBCAD long position. Okay, so for GBCAD, I am in a long position for this one. We had this nice push to the upside, got involved in this candle here. Bit of retrace against me there, but we had a nice push to the upside. Price did come and test this key level that I was looking at here in the market. I was using the daily time frame to draw this level here. If I just go onto the daily actually and just show you. So again, we have this really nice area of support here. So support there, nice push to the upside, false break underneath, retesting that same level, giving us a bit of a head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulders there, then price push to the upside. So we tap back into that same level, and since price was so overextended here, looking to capitalize on a bit of the retracement back to the upside for GBCAD, coming back into this same level all the way up here, which was our price support here, and as you can see, acting as support there again. So looking for a move into that level there for GBCAD, so you can get a nice push. I am aware we do have this trend line here in the 4H, which could send price back down. We haven't yet tested it, so still a little bit of room to the upside. I have already locked in some profit just in case price does tap into that trend line and gets rejected back down and just continues this bearish run that it has going now. But I am looking for that continuation to the upside for GBCAD, so you can get a move into this level here, price support, price swing low of the market, looking to retest that as resistance. Then I'll probably completely close my trade if we do get to that level here. There's a possibility we might actually break through this trend line and that resistance and see a bit of a reversal here, but I'm not really looking to trade that, just looking to trade that retracement back up since price was so extended, taking a nice daily level, looking to take advantage of that move back up again. So looking for a little bit more continuation to the upside for GBCAD into this sort of area, and probably just will completely close the trade at that point for GBCAD. So yeah, just going to let you guys know how that gets on and show you a quick glimpse of this trade on MT4. Okay, so this is my MT4 platform. As you can see, there's my buy position for GBCAD long, looking for that move to the upside. You can see if I jump to the daily quickly, this is the key level that I was talking to you guys about earlier. We've tapped into that, had a really nice reaction, looking for that continuation to the upside. So back into that price support there, term resistance. So we'll keep you guys updated to see how this position gets on and see if you can get a move into that level. Okay guys, so it's currently Friday, and the main thing I wanted to talk to you about during this video was why traders fail. So, or basically why I think traders fail, because there's numerous reasons why traders could fail, but the biggest one I think is just psychology, discipline, and your consistency in the markets. Because a lot of people, they always blame on the technical analysis or lack of technical analysis, and that's what I did for a long time as well, because you take, say, 2-3 trades in a row that all three of them lose, and then you quickly change a strategy to a different strategy that you think is better than the previous one, and then you have a few winners, and then you see 2 or 3 losers, and then you change again and you change again. It's just a never ending cycle of you always wanting to seek more knowledge or better strategy to trade the markets. But if you often look at it, a lot of people who have very average technical skills in the markets can be very profitable, and also people with very complex knowledge in the markets can be very profitable as well. So it's not the level of their technical ability or the technical knowledge of the markets that deciphers whether they will have success in the markets. It's just their ability as a trader to be consistent, to follow a plan, to take trades when they should be taking trades and not to take trades when they shouldn't. And also the ability to control their emotions regardless of what the outcome is of a trade. Because again, when you're just buying or selling a market, it's just 2 different outcomes of the same action. It's either you lose or you win. And if you just treat both of those aspects very in a neutral way, you can really conquer your emotions, because whether you win or loss, you know, you're just repeating the same action over again, and you're just seeking for the bigger picture. So, you know, if you take 20 or 30 of these trades, you know that the profits will come to you. So a lot of people just try and go seek more knowledge. If they lose a trade, they go online, see more technical analysis, more skills of technical analysis, trying to fill their head with more and more information, when sometimes you need a bit less, and you just need to focus on yourself as a trader, mastering your emotions and not letting your losers affect you. And if you have 2-3 losers in a row, you can still look at the chart with the same mindset as you did before you took those 2-3 losers, and still trade effectively with your strategy. So it's important that when you trade, that you do focus on your technical skills. That is very important. I'm not saying it's not, but then it's also just as important to focus on yourself, focus on your routines as a trader, what pairs you trade, when you're looking to trade the market, how you're trying to trade the market, whether you're looking for swings or scalping the market. So you just need to stay consistent with it, find something that works for you, that works around with your lifestyle, and stay consistent with that, because at the end of the day, even professionals, well, very successful traders who've been in the game for 10-20 years, they still take losing trades. But when you take a loss, you take it to heart and you feel like you need to learn more. But when they take a loss, it's just probability of the markets of them taking a loss. That trade could either be a winner or could easily be a loser, and it just comes from accepting that. When you learn to accept the outcome of the market, and also accepting how much you're going to lose, because a lot of the time you can take a trade, you know you're going to lose X amount, but then when you actually do lose X amount, it hurts a little bit more because you've actually lost that money. So you just need to focus on your psychology a little bit more, and I think that could really take you to the next level and probably give you a boost in the right direction. Because some people just keep going in that hole of technical analysis, which I was doing for a long period of time. But then you start to realize that there are a lot of other people out there who are making a lot of money who don't know as much as you, because they're very consistent as a trader and they're disciplined. So yeah, just focus on your emotions, try to cancel those emotions out, and just focus on you as a trader, staying consistent. And whether you win or lose a trade, it doesn't define you. If you take a trade and it wins, doesn't mean you're a good trader. If you take a trade and it loses, doesn't mean you're a bad trader either. So just focus on the bigger picture and try and focus on mastering your emotions a lot more. Okay, so it's currently Monday morning of the next week. I'm going to do a quick update of how the last week's went. I'm currently still in my GB CAD long position, looking for a move into that 1.74600 level. And also I've got my eyes on a couple of pairs that I'm going to look to trade this week. So NZD CAD buys and CAD JPY sells. So I'm going to show you where I'm looking to enter, also where I'm looking to place my targets for those two potential setups, and also a quick update on my GP CAD trade. So let's get into the market. Okay guys, so welcome to the chart. So in front of us right now, we've got GP CAD on the Friday chart. As you can see, we had that push to the upside and the market did retrace it against me. This was the key level that I was looking for price to hold for me to stay in the trade. So as you can see in this kind of mini move to the upside, this was our previous swing low, had a really nice push to the upside. So as long as price stayed above that, I'll remain in this trade, looking for a move into this level here, which was the prior support. So price swing low of the market before we melted down to the downside. So looking for price to come and retest that as resistance, since price is quite overextended there, looking for a bigger retracement back into that level. So holding that trade to see you can get moving to there. Did already take some profit earlier when we spiked to the upside and started to retrace back down. So currently still in that position, and as long as we hold this level so we don't see price break through it, I will remain in this position. If price does break through this level, I will exit the trade and just close the position there. But yeah, still looking for a move into 1.74600 around that level for GP CAD. And the two pairs that I'm looking to get involved in this week is NZD CAD and CAD JPY. So for NZD CAD here, if I just clear the chart for a second, you can see here on the 4 hourly, we do have that consolidation in this area. So price is just moving sideways, really quite difficult to trade that. But again, you can probably see why if I just jump to the daily. And I was explaining this earlier in my weekly analysis for this week. We have this key level of support here in the market on the daily, big push to the upside. If we were to see price get above this, so break out this consolidation box to the upside, breaking above that support, come back to retest it, could look for entries on the 4 hourly chart or maybe even lower, then see if we can get a nice push to the upside where I'll look to target 0.91. So nice breakout to the upside, which price looks like it could be doing now, and then look for a move into this level here, which is acting as really nice support and resistance. So as you can see here, really nice support there, big push to the upside, create some new highs and really nice resistance, a lot of momentum to the downside. So if you get above that, break above that consolidation, hold that support, which is around 0.9, we'll look to see if we can trade it to 0.91 to around that area for NZD CAD. And then CAD JPY, I'm looking for sales, looking to see if you can get a move to the downside. So if I just start on the weekly for this one, because looking at the bigger picture for this one, so as you can see, we have this really nice breakout past this resistance, which I was talking about in the weekly analysis, saying that we potentially could get a move to 88. As you can see, we tapped into 88 really well. I'm seeing if we can get a bit of retracement now for CAD JPY. As you can see on the weekly chart, very overextended to the upside, didn't even get a retest of that, just straight push to the upside. So now I do expect to see a bit of retracement now from 88. As you can see, nice push to the downside earlier on when we were previously trading at that area. So see if we can get a move to the downside and looking to capitalize on that. So if I drop down to the 4 hourly time frame, you can see we've already had a really nice reaction to the downside from that area. And this week I was looking to see if we can get a bit of a retracement to the upside, give us a bit of another retest of that area, saying that's confirming, or give us another lower high in the market, and look to capitalize on the move down to 86, which is this area in the market. As you can see, a lot of momentum to the upside. So looking to see if you can get a pullback for CAD JPY. It's looking quite bearish now, and we could still see a drop to the downside from here, and price does not pull back. But if it does pull back, I'll be interested to see if you can get in the market and see if you can ride this down to 86. But again, the market is looking quite bearish now, and it could be a possibility where we just force the downside without me. If that's the case, that is okay. But if you do get a pullback into around this area here, we'll look to see if you can get some nice shorts back down to 86 for CAD JPY. And I do think we could probably come back down to 84,500 and retest this area on the weekly, which is this level over here. So key level resistance, which he didn't retest. I think we could see price come back and retest that eventually. Again, probably not look to hold into the trade for that long. If I do get an entry, could just get back in later after another pullback. But nonetheless, looking for a bit of a pullback now for CAD JPY, and then look to ride that down into that 86 area. Okay, right guys, so that is the end of this week's journal. I hope you all enjoyed it and found it useful. If you have any questions, just drop it down in the comments and I'll make sure I'll get back to you guys. But again, thanks for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you guys later.